We have had some stunning performances already this evening. Simon Whitlock with 102 average, James Wade with 103 average, Dave Chisnell somehow getting through against Mervyn King. Bit of a gift from Mervyn there for Chizzy. But the top half of the draw will be completed as these two battle it out for a quarter-final place. Wes Newton, the warrior, the 36-year-old from Fleetwood. He got it by beating Dennis Smith in a deciding leg. Perhaps a little bit fortunate to come through that one himself, Wes. Gary Anderson saw off Gerwyn Price, the rugby-playing, rippling bulk of muscle. That was 6-3. It was a game he was actually 2-0 down, Gary Anderson. But this one, for the right to face James Wade in the quarterfinals tomorrow afternoon. Wade, a man who is in blistering form, in evidence tonight as he knocked out the two-time world champion Adrian Lewis. Dan Dawson in the commentary box for this one, and Rod Harrington alongside me. Rod, Gary Anderson, very much a man to beat this year.
Yes, he certainly is. Been playing really well, got his doubling sorted out. Again, Gerwyn Price missed doubles in the first two legs, where last year that would have affected him for the whole match. It didn't. He's confident in his scoring power. That's always going to buy him extra darts at a double, and he thinks now that, well, if I miss it in a couple, I will start hitting it, and he doesn't worry about it so much, where Wes not playing at the top of his game. You know, if we go by the form book, the form line, then this man Gary Anderson is by far the favourite. And Wes has got to pull a good performance out of the bag if he's to win this.
Yeah, Gary Anderson, one of the 5 winners we've had in 5 events so far on the European Tour. Won the very first one, beat his good mate Justin Pipe in the final. Wes Newton has one on the European Tour, not this year. Gary Anderson with the throw in this one. Could prove to be crucial.
100. Well, Wes has got to up his consistency on the scoring from his previous matches.
100.
Got to find a good few of those 140s. Try and put some pressure on Anderson.
The Flying Scotsman missing out narrowly on his first maximum of the match. Hit 3 of them against Gerwyn Price in his second round game. Gary Anderson, the number 2 seed, coming in the second round. Wes Newton also joining the second round as the number 15 seed.
Well, there's a chance for Wes Newton. He's already got the throw back after 6 darts. Now, a visit without a treble is not needed. That's exactly what he's done. You know, he's really got himself in a great position. Very easy for me to sit here and say it, but they're the ones out there. They're the ones who've got to do it. That's how they earn their money. And he's let Gary Anderson back in.
Stubbornly saying on the treble 20, actually paid off for Gary Anderson there. Leaves him Shanghai, 120. Wes Newton is not going to take out 167 by hitting fat 5. He's put a dent in it, so Gary Anderson needs to stay straight. Nothing more frustrating than hitting the 1 or the 5, but he's banging to the treble 20, and now he needs tops to get the first leg on the board.
Well, a massive chance here for Wes Newton. He'd love to see his first one go in the bullseye, but he mustn't miss the 25. Now the 17, that leaves him double top. Big dart here for Wes Newton in the first leg of the match, and well, that was a wide in cricket, I think they would call it.
Yeah, bit lively that one. Gary Anderson finds the double 10 first dart, so he takes the lead in this one, holding his throw in the first leg. Not what the doctor ordered for Wes Newton there, as he has his first leg of a match on his own throw. Already chasing Gary Anderson now. It's a lot better. Lovely stuff, Wes Newton.
125.
Now, Wes, with the way his darts sit, he finds that he can, if he gets the dart in the treble on the right-hand side, then he can find the treble because he's moving across. But if he hits the treble on the left-hand side, the way his darts kick over like that, it is very hard to get round the side of that dart, and that's why he's having to switch and switch again.
He does have that. You see that with Wes as he stands on the oche. He sort of bends his back and leans back almost and then flings it from the side, so it's going at a slight angle. Very different from Gary, who'll just stay stock still and it's a straight dart straight at the board. But you'll see Wes here, he sort of leans back as he winds up and then flings it. And snuck one in there. Couldn't follow it with the third dart. Gary Anderson's got a chance, needs to find one treble at least. He does so. So Wes Newton again looking at a big outshot, otherwise Gary Anderson's got a chance. Well, it's still on. Needed the treble 18 though.
We see James Wade take out a pair of 103s and a 141 to finally beat Adrian Lewis. So Wes now to hold on to his throw, the big 16. And now 2 darts at double top. Oh, now at double 10. Finally finds that double 10. And that will settle him down.
Yeah, double 10 coming to the aid of both players as Gary Anderson looks to kick off this leg with a maximum and has to settle for a 140. Yeah, I'm not sure that was James Wade playing in that last game. Tops or 10's got to get it in double 16.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, if you go and tell James now, he'll probably go, are you sure?
Yeah. Check the marking on that one. Oh, here we go. Gary Anderson finding his range on the treble 20, and there's a maximum. The Flying Scotsman threatened to do that on his first visit to the board. Made good on that threat in the second.
Yes, we keep talking about we're running the match play that starts next Saturday. And who's going to win it? Put them in a hat and just draw one out, I think.
Well, this is the last opportunity for these guys to send out a statement on a big stage ahead of the World Match Play. Gary Anderson, Wes Newton, James Wade, Simon Whitlock, they'll all be there. Gary Anderson looking at an 11 dart leg. Double 10, he hit it last time. Hits it again.
3 legs finished on the double 10. And Wes has got to hold on to his throw strongly here. He's not getting near the Gary Anderson throw.
Four more games to come for you this evening that will determine the 2 quarterfinals and the bottom of the draw. Michael van Gerwen in the world #1 among those in action. He'll be last on tonight against Jamie Caven.
Better darts from Wes Newton. Going to give himself at least 1 dart at double top.
139.
Well, he's going for the 19, it's the 57. Treble 19 leaves him double 11. Doesn't want to split it. Oh, that's don't know if that's blocking. That's a great dart. It just caught the barrel as it went in. And a good strong leg on his throw from Newton.
You mentioned with the way that Wes's darts sit in the board, that does make it particularly hard on that side of the board. If it just misses outside the wire, just almost got to slide it down the barrel, and that can be difficult with the, particularly with the flights that he's got. He's not got the smallest flights in the world, Wes Newton.
Well, you're exactly right. You know, it's just the way his release. Other people's darts kick up. Phil Taylor's laid down. Barnevelt's going nearly straight. You just have to work with it. You know, it's no good trying to change, because when you change something, you don't want to lose that bit of natural ability that's got you in this position in the first place.
Yes, Gary Anderson finds another maximum. Wes Newton looking to respond. Well, there's 2 in the treble. Has to settle for the 2. Yeah, it swings in roundabouts, isn't it? Raymond van Barneveld's going straight, makes it very easy to build on top of them, but doesn't help you if you want to, say, go for double top and you've missed high. So, just got to take what action you've got and use it to the best of your ability. Is Wes Newton may look at the bullseye here. Oh, he's bounced out the 25, I think.
Yes, it was in the 25, but it was a crucial miss. It was 2 darts at the double instead of 1. And Gary Anderson, he's got to stay on that treble 20. He's going bull. Couldn't see the treble 20. Well, you can see it there. I don't know. I thought he had room to the left, but now where's Newton? Oh, bullseye for a breaker throw. Double 16. Now the double 8 just up from that. 2 darts missed under pressure from Wes.
Well, we said he hadn't really threatened the Gary Anderson throw until now. He got himself a couple of darts at double there, and he hasn't jumped on it. It would have been a breaker throw. Gary Anderson manages to take that 58 out, and he edges into the lead again. It's just been 5 holds of throws so far. And how often do you see this when somebody finally gets a chance to break someone's throw? They don't, and then they end up getting broken themselves just because they're almost thinking about that chance. I've let it slip through my fingers. However, Gary Anderson's not started off well enough to put him under any real pressure at the moment.
The thing is that Gary Anderson is not hitting the power scoring that he's renowned for. And this is where Wes has got to beat him in this part of the game. You know, it's no good getting to the back couple of legs. All of a sudden Anderson finds his rhythm and starts whacking in 180s left, right and centre. You know, we know Wes Newton's got a good bit of scoring power, but he has proven there.
Yeah, that's his first maximum of the match, Wes Newton. I'll tell you what, that is a good response. I said that, you know, when players miss a chance to break their opponent, sometimes they'll get broken the very next leg themselves, and he's come out here and left himself a finish after 3 visits to the board. So that's a great response from the man from Fleetwood.
Well, he shows good character, doesn't it? You know, like you say, a lot of players would have just been, you know, cursing themselves, but no, you've got to get on with it, otherwise you lose the next leg. But Wes, you know, this is for 13 darts. That's a great 13 dart leg after missing those 2 darts at a double. Keeps him in the game.
Yeah, business-like stuff from Wes Newton there. 140 from Gary Anderson. Yeah, if you do want a little example on what just 1 or 2 missed darts can do to a player's psyche and how it can change a game, why not have a little watch back of that Mervyn King game earlier on as Gary Anderson finds his 3rd maximum of the match.
Yeah, I might go and look at it, but I won't discuss it with Mervyn.
Nope. I think you may want to set up some sort of exclusion zone around Mr. King for a little while. Lost in his score, 62. Would have had a match dart. Never got one again as Dave Chisnell rattled off 4 legs in a row. He's through to the quarter-finals. One of these 2 guys is going to go through as well. And right now, Gary Anderson is looking at double top to take a 4-3 lead. 2 missed darts, but he will be back. Once again, it's a leg where Wes Newton isn't really putting Gary under any pressure on his own throw. He's only managed to do so once in this match. He had 2 darts to break him. He missed both of them.
Well, dead centre for Gary Anderson. Takes a 4-leg-to-3 lead. And if the outcome of this match goes Anderson's way, Wes Newton will look at those 2 darts afterwards and think, nah, that's where I lost it.
Oh, Gary Anderson doesn't want this going all the way. He wants to raffle this off 6-3. That's the score he beat Gerwyn Price by. 4 maximums for Gary Anderson. It has to be said, the success he had in the Premier League was largely built on his finishing rather than his big power scoring. It wasn't the Gary Anderson of old we saw. It was still very effective. He's hit 3 180s against Gerwyn Price. He's hit 4 so far today. If Gary Anderson can start rediscovering his old power scoring then, my word, we've got a play on our hands.
We certainly have. And another dart on the floor from Wes. That's just bad luck, and it looked like he was in the treble. That's 2 darts he's had on the floor at absolute crucial times. But again, he showed plenty of character coming back with a 140, but it's Anderson who comes to the board first. And this would be for a break of throw. Look at the treble 18. That leaves double 12 for the break. The break it is. We talk about 12 dart legs to win against the throw, and that's exactly what Gary Anderson's done. Taking out the 97, he leads 5 legs to 3, and now has the throw to close the game out. And we did say, Dan, that all of a sudden Anderson will hit this rich vein of form on the scoring, and that's exactly what he's done over these last 2 or 3 legs.
Yeah, very close to his 5th maximum there. That was a 12 darter following a 13 darter in the previous leg. This is the Gary Anderson that we know can turn up when he applies himself. We've certainly seen a lot of it this year already. 5 titles to his name. Look at that. 2 12 darters and a 13 darter from Gary Anderson. Wes has had a 15 and a 13 himself.
140.
But he's been absolutely nowhere near on most of the legs with where Gary has had the throw. And that's why if we look at the averages, you'll see that Gary's right up there, just over 100, I believe. And Wes Newton is down in the low 90s. Once again, Wes Newton is nowhere near in this one as Gary Anderson gets a shot at double top for the match at a 6-3 win, and there it is. Gary Anderson finishes in some style. The Flying Scotsman flying through to the quarter-finals. We've seen top performances from Simon Whitlock and James Wade. Gary Anderson now joins them in the top half of the draw, 103.79 the average. Pick a winner at the top half of that draw. We've got some big names in great form here at the European Darts Open.